The latest PTS in Tom Clancy's The Division 2 gives a long-awaited gear and brand set for rifles. Though it can change before it goes into the live game, let's examine its effectiveness as well as some of the other changes. It looks like they took some of my suggested changes and mucked them up completely. Ugh. Hey agents, it's Dispatch. Welcome to the channel, where we talk about the math, builds, lore, and game design of Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Let's get stuck into it. First, let's talk about the non-rifle changes. The new Acosta's knees are terrible. I suggested these buffs should be put onto the Ninja Bike knee pads, but having these as a separate item makes them dead on arrival. Besides, the buffs are worded in a very strange way. I don't know what that's about, but it's just not enough to give them a place in this game. Now for the rifle gear set. The Breaking Point gear set looks like, from its description, that the buff will remain as if paused when you swap weapons because it just says the buff stops. While you're stacking, it says the stacks would go away, so this would imply that you wouldn't lose stacks when swapping while it was active. This would have given an awesome synergy with versatile, whatever, however you want to say it. I mean, come on, man. Unfortunately, this is not the way the gear set works. Anytime you swap weapons or pull out certain skills, the buff and stacks disappear even when swapping to another rifle. This gear set is kind of funny. It's kind of like the LMG talent Frenzy. The bigger the mag is, the bigger the buff, but also, since there's a timer on the buff, it is questionable whether you'll get the full benefit of the buff. So for using the UIC, for example, with its 50 round mag, it'll take a while to stack. Once we have the buff, it'll take us over 12 seconds to empty the mag, so we literally can't get a full mag's worth of the buff. This buff appears to be amplified damage, not normal weapon damage. Thank goodness, it would have been even worse if it was just weapon damage. We're also going to have to reload at inopportune times to make full use of the buff, because we might reach max stacks in the middle of a mag. This will decrease our overall DPS. We're also going to have huge DPS problems if the enemy is cowering behind cover while we have the buff active. Timing of the damage phase is going to be a challenge. The best weapon to use will probably have a big mag, high rate of fire, and the ability to be pretty stable during the damage phase. So probably the M16, Ravenous, and maybe the UMP. If we're working from long distance, you could use the Pristine Example chest. If working close up, you could use Obliterate, Perfect Companion, or Spotter. So how was this like my suggestions in my rifle changes video? Check out the card above to watch it. Well, they gave us 25% rifle damage, exactly like I specified, and they gave us 50% amplified damage. My video assumed 50% amplified damage on average, which you basically get if you used a 50 round mag weapon, hit every shot in the first mag, and were able to completely empty the mag and hit every shot during the damage phase. Therein is the problem. We're going to get less damage than that based on all the caveat that I specified earlier. I also didn't think they should add weapon handling, but they did that anyway. Even worse, the handling will drastically improve in the damage phase but won't be there for the stacking phase. We really need it in the stacking phase, especially since we can't stack with another weapon. This gear set also works with MMRs, but those have a way smaller magazine, so if you're going for this type of build, you might as well go with Headhunter and Aces or Hotshot. When running with the rifle, you'll want to get close to enemies to ensure good uptime on your damage phase, but it doesn't give you any repair or bonus armor to help you out. The best comparison is probably Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker stacks don't decay if you're hitting the enemy within the decay window, unlike Striker. So instead of getting 100% damage some of the time with Breaking Point, you can stack Heartbreaker with a shotgun and swap to a rifle and have 50% damage all of the time, plus bonus armor. The Breaking Point gear set is dead on arrival. Maybe it'll have some use with burning down Chunga bosses or something with the Ravenous, but other than that, it's just a trap. Don't use this gear set unless it gets a massive revamp when the game goes live. Alright agents, that's all I've got. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel to see more stuff like this. Check out our various playlists. We've got a general Division 2 content playlist, interesting investigations, and a build video playlist, so check out whichever one suits your fancy. Comment down below with your take on the new changes. I've noticed a lot of excellent comments in the past couple of videos. Keep your amazing ideas and callouts coming. Thanks agents, and until next time, this has been Dispatch. Take care out there.